When I meet people who are not on social media, who are in my world, for example, who are actors or have some sort of public persona, the fact that they're not on it, that's what I find amazing. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. That's so amazing and enigmatic. And they're like, no, I don't need it. They're not constantly connected and having to engage or to be reactionary to things. And also go, I don't need everyone to know what I'm doing. I don't also need to project an image of my life, which is just a level of kind of the perfect ideal, which is also potentially harmful to other people as well as yourself. It's a very complex, flammable topic. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting to go research on it, to have more of a sense of what it's doing to us. I think actors have an obligation to continue developing their own skills as actors. So they have an obligation to their own craft. They are not obliged to feed their own ego or the expectations of a system, which in turn is ultimately trying to make just money out of them, to see how popular they can be. And I think popularity within actors, if that becomes a driving force and becomes a little bit more of the focus, then I think that's a danger of taking away from the point of what being an actor is, which is to get out of your own personality and explore the human condition in other stories and to connect with other human beings. Otherwise, essentially, you're just a reality TV star, which is, and I say that just because that's a separate thing to what acting and the craft of acting is. This book, 10 Arguments to Delete It, one of the suggestions on there is to have a break from it, to literally engage physically in the world around you. And after 6 months, when you've really overcome the addiction, it's not just like, I'll quit it for a day, and then it's literally giving it time for it to leave your everyday life. It means that you come back with it with a little bit more power for yourself, or a little bit more perspective over what your contribution to it is and what you're using it for. And then I have some rules that I try and live by. I often fail, but some of them are things like never posting when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, not engaging in controversy, only following people whose work inspires you and stimulates you and is part of building a community, and not one that's just going to create more jealousy or a feeling of inadequacy in you and kind of take some sort of energy from you. And so I will often follow lots of writers and other artists, not just other actors. Some amazing people on social media who, when I read them, I feel connected to their work in a way that I would feel like I'd been missing out on if I didn't. So it's a bit like any kind of form of self-care, taking regular checks. You know, watching the Pooh movie and going, I've become a bit of a cantankerous Christopher Robin, and I'm going to go back and find my inner Pooh Bear. And Pooh might be like, I don't know what social media is, can we just have some honey instead? And you're like, amazing. Something else that I follow are another actress called Florence Pugh, who always makes me laugh, an author called Jessica Burton, who did this incredible book called The Miniaturist. I follow Female Collective, I follow Lena Dunham, lots of creative mates at home back in London that I don't get to see much of. Niche, which always has these great quotes in black and white photographs of amazing thinkers, but they're not sentimental kind of inspirational quotes, they're more of truisms. I'm like, I relate, that's a human thing. I try and avoid the ones that just be really amazing to everyone and everything amazing will happen to you. I find they can be quite kind of a sickly, sentimental thing that kind of, as an English person with a bit of an inner cynic, I go, bleh. And I think ultimately following people that either stimulate me intellectually or make me laugh, and anyone who doesn't, I'm like, I'll leave that.